Get ready for an unforgettable flight experience with the all-new RotorScale Bell 206 200 size gyro stabilized helicopter. This fully assembled, ready-to-fly model combines exceptional stability and precision control with its advanced 6-axis gyro and multiple onboard sensor for a precise position and altitude hold. Featuring a slick livery and a realistic scale detail, the Bell 206 stands out on both its performance and appearance. Powered by 2 brushless motors and an intelligent 7.4 volt LiPo battery, it provides smooth, reliable flights with up to 10 minutes of air times. Whether you're just starting or already an experienced pilot, the RotorScale Bell 206 is built for excitement from the moment you take it out of the box till the moment you land it. Hello pilots, I'm Wes from MotionRC.com, and today we are checking out a really cool new product from here at RotorScale. This is a Bell 206 200 size, completely ready to fly right out of the box. Now, speaking of that box, getting your helicopter out of the box is going to be an easy experience because everything comes pre-assembled. You get the transmitter. It does come with stick protectors right out of the box. You also get your helicopter completely assembled, aside from the 2 little red pieces on the tail. They just clip into place. Outside of that, you're also going to get your USB charger, an extra set of blades, an extra tail rotor, a screwdriver, and an Allen key. Now, speaking of that charger, you need something to charge. This is going to come with 1 included flight battery right out of the box. These are intelligent flight batteries, so when you push the button on the bottom, it's going to give you a green indicator that goes across and tells you what the battery level is of the helicopter at that time. Same thing when you're flying. If you fly overhead and look underneath it, that battery indicator is live while you're flying too, so you can see the amount of battery while you're flying. Now, after you get your helicopter out of the box, the first thing you need to do is add your own 4 AA batteries to the back of the transmitter. That's the only thing in this kit that doesn't come with it, is your batteries to actually power up the transmitter, but that's pretty simple to do. Once we've done that, we need to take our included USB charger cable, plug the battery in, and let that charge up. Takes about an hour to get these things charged all the way up out of the box. Once that's charged, we're actually ready to power on our helicopter for the first time. Now, these helicopters should come pre-bound and pre-calibrated right out of the box. So, in order to turn it on for your first time, you're literally gonna just hold the power button on the transmitter until it beeps, turns on. Then you're gonna flip your helicopter over, install your flight battery in. It only fits one direction. Once it's installed, you're gonna hold that button on the bottom of the battery. That'll turn the battery indicator on. Then you can flip the helicopter over and it'll beep. You're looking for the indicator light on the back of the helicopter to turn to solid green. This will tell you you're in optical flow mode, all calibrations are complete, and it's ready to be taken off. In order to actually take off, we need to make sure the hold switch in the top corner is in the unlocked position. Then take our 2 sticks down and to the outside, and that will actually turn the rotor blade on. Once that's complete, it's as simple as advancing the collective to the top, and the helicopter will jump off the ground. Now, this helicopter does not have GPS. What this is using is a little flow sensor on the bottom of the helicopter to gauge height. And what it's gonna do while you're flying is try and keep that helicopter at the exact same height the entire time you fly. That being said, if there is wind or outside forces hitting the helicopter, it may drift. You're gonna have to just counter that with some stick input, just like a real helicopter. So, if you're looking for a GPS helicopter, we have those available here at Motion RC. This is not that type of helicopter, but it's still extremely easy to fly, and it's a lot more budget-friendly option if you're looking for a really nice stabilized helicopter with a good-looking body on it. Now, once you're up there and you're comfortable, if you want to flip it into manual mode, there's not a lot of difference in the way the helicopter flies between the optical mode and the manual mode. It's still going to be completely self-stabilizing in both modes. So whenever you hit it, the helicopter is going to always come back to center and set there. but it's going to turn the optical flow sensor off. So now the helicopter won't maintain altitude the whole time. You'll have to do that with the stick. You'll also gain more rate in this mode. So the helicopter will go a lot faster and it will get rid of the altitude limit. So with the optical flow sensor installed and turned on, you can only go to 8 meters high. And the helicopter will just stop when you get to 8 meters. Now, if you turn that into manual mode, you can go as high as you want. Pretty neat. Now, speaking of rates, you can go into the manual mode, like I said, but you also have a rate button even when you're in optical flow sensor. That is the trim switch underneath the throttle channel. It's labeled as an L and an H. If you tap it to the H side, you're gonna get 2 beeps telling you you're in high rates. If you push it to the L side, you're gonna get 1 beep telling you you're in low rates. And that's how much pitch authority you can give the helicopter and how fast it can go. It's pretty comfortable in the low rates. That's what it's gonna take off in your first time. But you're gonna quickly want just a little more angle to where you can really get the thing moving around. Be careful when you're in high rate, it takes a little while to stop. If you get it going forward really quickly and then you let off and pull back to slow it down, it takes a good 20 feet to slow this helicopter down at full speed. So be careful you don't accidentally run this into a house or something. It's going pretty quick. You need a pretty big area if you're gonna really be taking full capabilities of this helicopter. Now on that same switch where you have the manual option, you also have one if you push that trim up for auto landing. If you tap that, the helicopter will just descend wherever it's at till it's on the ground, set there for about 2 seconds, and then turn off. I normally don't use this mode though. I find it's pretty easy to just manually land this helicopter. So if you want to manually land it, you just fly over to your desired spot, come down to the ground. Once it's on the ground, reach up and flip it to locked mode instead of the unlocked mode up there on the top, and that will kill the rotor instantly. And that's why I like using that one. I don't like it sitting there for 2 seconds in case it tips over or something. So when it gets down on the ground, I just hit that button and it turns it right off. Now on the right side of the transmitter, there's also a trim switch labeled mode, and then there's a picture of a helicopter with it upside down. The mode is going to be used for actually switching it from mode 1 to mode 2 on your transmitter. Most of our US guys are not going to need that, but maybe some of our EU customers may want to use that function. It is in here though. And then of course the button over to the other side is for the inverted flight function. In order to do inverted flight, you need to be above 5 meters, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're actually outside, if you can't get it to flip over, just go up higher. It really needs to be up really high to let you do this. The other thing you have to do before you can invert this helicopter, it must be in high rates. So you make sure that whenever you hold that button over to the H side, you hear the 2 beeps. You also need to make sure it's in manual mode. So push the manual button down. Indicator on the back of the helicopter will be red at that time. After all of those are met, you can actually do the inverted flight. So fly it up, way up in the air. Push and hold the helicopter inverted flight mode button until you hear 2 beeps. Then you're gonna tap it one more time in the direction you want it. Then take your control stick all the way to the side and back to center. At that point, the helicopter should flip to inverted and be able to fly around. Now, to come back out of that mode, just fly it up high. Once again, repeat the process, it'll flip back over. Okay, let's actually get into some calibration settings for the helicopter now that we've kind of talked about how you actually fly it. So if for some reason the transmitter is not bound to your helicopter right out of the box, it's really simple to do it. So in order to perform a bind on this transmitter, you're gonna hold the trim tab underneath the throttle channel to the L, then power on the transmitter while holding that. You will hear an audible series of beeps, and then the transmitter will continue to beep. At that time, you can turn the helicopter on. Set it in a nice flat space. The helicopter will go through its initialization. You will see the indicator light start to flash yellow. Once it turns to a flashing green, it's just calibrating the gyro. Once it turns to solid green, we are ready for takeoff. Now, if you take your helicopter out for the first time and you notice there's a lot of drift to it, it's constantly drifting to the right or constantly drifting to the left, you may just need to do a quick calibration of the gyro itself. Super simple to do. You're gonna turn the helicopter on, get it into its ready to fly position where the indicator light is green. Make sure you set the helicopter in the most level orientation you can. Then take both of the throttle and the aileron sticks and push them down into the outside. You're gonna hold that for 3 seconds, and then you will see the indicator light on top of the helicopter flashing yellow. Let go, and it's gonna go back to solid green, and you will have successfully calibrated the gyroscope inside the helicopter. Well guys, I've had a blast flying this little helicopter right out of the box. They have beautiful scale details all over these things right out of the box. You're gonna get rivets, panel lines, all the windows look good on it. It's got the flying wire cutters, a nice aluminum head boom on this thing. The quality of these are really, really nice. Also, a full lighting package on these little bitty guys. I mean, it's crazy. You get the nose light, the underbelly light, the tail light, just lights all over these things so you can have a good time with them even in the evening around the yard. They've been a lot of fun. So yeah, if you're new to motionrc.com, make sure you hit the subscribe button as always. If you're interested in one of these helicopters, they are available right now, motionrc.com, in stock. And until next time, I've been Wes from here at Motion RC, and whether it's air, land, or sea, you can get it right here at Motion RC. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.